In doing reflective practice, we need to make a reference to ourselves all the time. We need a reference that is related or relevant to our own work. Whenever we want to refer to something in reflective practice, we need to refer to ourselves. We need to make a reference of ourselves, that when I did this particular activity, the students were bored. Instead of saying that somebody else was doing the activity and the students were bored, we need to look at our own activity, the way we were performing it, the way we were conducting it, whether the students were bored or not. So, the best thing to do in reflective practice is to refer to our own practice. Just look at these examples which would make it clear what do I mean by self-reference. I have also put a quotation for you here that comes from Davies, 1999, turning back on oneself, a process of self-reference. So, what is self-reference? Again, it is turning back on oneself. For example, how would we make a self-reference? How would we refer to ourselves? We would use the following phrases to make a self-reference. For example, it was a great experience to read this novel all over again. That means that we are turning back and looking at something that we have done and we find it a great experience. We are not talking about anybody else's experience. We are talking about ourselves. We are looking back or turning back on our action to see what happened. I tried to find out the answers to the questions I did not know. So that means I did not know some answers to the questions, but then I tried to find those answers. I am looking back. I am now coming back to a situation where I started from. I was not able to get the answers, so I looked back and I decided I will be the one, I am the reference who is going to find the answers to the questions. So usually when you refer to yourself or you make a self-reference or you turn back on yourself, you ask how questions. How should I improve my English fluency? How should I improve upon my classroom management? How would I be able to be punctual in the classroom? How can I improve my eating habits? So all this is referring to our own self, something that we are doing in a practice, but now we are reflecting on that practice and we are turning back on it, and then we are asking how questions. We are also giving statements that this was the state, this was what was happening, and now I have turned back, looked on it, made some self-reference, and now I come to know that I should work on it. I should try to improve on my weaknesses and have a self-reference made to it in order to make it clear that this is the area which I needed to improve upon, and now I'm going to try and make it better.